Hello and welcome to Chuck's Diecast and Model Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at this car. This is the McLaren MP4-19. As you can see here, this was the car driven by Kimi Raikkonen, and it raced in the 2004 Formula One season. I got this thing a long time ago, probably a couple of years after the 2004 season, and well, I just got it because it's a nice representation of the Formula One cars of that era. This era being aesthetically sort of in between here in terms of this being the high nose era with the narrow cars and also the grooved tires, but at the same time they didn't have too many aerodynamic appendages. And also they had, of course, the V10 motors, which I don't know if you've ever actually heard one in person, but they are really the most spectacular motors you would have ever heard. They're almost otherworldly in their sound, and I certainly do miss them, particularly with the engines we have nowadays in Formula One. Now, as I mentioned, this car wasn't much of a winner in 2004. It only won one race, which is probably why I was able to get it for pretty cheap. I think probably I didn't pay more than about 20 bucks for this. This particular model is by Hot Wheels, as you can see right here. The detail is pretty nice considering, it does have some texturing of carbon fiber on it, but not a great amount. But at the same, I don't think this car would have had much exposed carbon fiber anyway. These West sponsored McLarens did have the silver and the black, and I don't believe that this was exposed carbon fiber. It was painted black. But the detail is pretty nice. I mean, of course, there is no West on the side. It says Kimi because West was a cigarette brand, and you can't have cigarette ads on the side of cars that children might be buying, right? So, and also certain races, they didn't allow them to have the cigarette ads on the side either. I think all the European races, and American races, they were not allowed to have cigarette advertising on them, but the races that were in the Middle East and Asia and so on, they were able to have cigarette ads on the cars. But when you look at a Formula One car model in general, what you see is what you get. I mean, there are no opening parts on this particular model. I only have one 1/18 scale model like this that does have an opening engine bay, and it is a Renault from like 1980 by Exato, a really pretty high-end model. So it does have the opening engine bay, but other than that, you have to admire this car just for the detail that it does show on the outside. It's pretty good. I like the decals. Hey, Kimi's looking pretty sharp there. His helmet, it looks excellent, so no real complaints about this model. You can see here that the wheels do turn. I can't tell if the rotors turn as well. But back in this day, the nice thing about these Formula One cars is the brake rotors were actually exposed. And when I went to Indianapolis to watch the U.S. Grand Prix a couple of times, as soon as they stepped on the brakes, these things were glowing red hot. It was really impressive to see. But again, regarding this model, a decent model for what it is. And that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed that review, and of course if you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching Chuck's Diecast and Model Reviews.